Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer and I'm with Soularis. I am going to be a part of this collaboration project with One Community Now, which is all about building an online community for people to come together to heal and to learn and just to connect with one another on similar interests. And they also have a very exciting announcement that they will be opening up a physical location in the Virginia area starting June 1st of 2023. So if you are in Virginia, all the information is going to be in the description of this video below. So check that out. And we hope to see you either in person or a part of this online community, which is growing. And it's just going to be an amazing collaboration of a bunch of different people and healers. And it's going to be great. So continue to check us out in the future. So today I am putting this video together to kind of go over some collective messages on what to expect during the month of May. So a lot of people will do these types of things with tarot and astrology, but I'm more in the realms of numerology. So I'm going to be taking a look at the numbers, and because numbers are related to everything, I will be pulling everything from astrology together to sacred geometry to bring about a collective picture of what to expect, what's coming up this month. As we are already within 1 week during the month of May, you are already starting to notice some of the themes that are going to be continuing throughout the month. Everyone is really busy during this time. There's a lot of situations coming up during work and relationships and projects that are coming in that are requiring a lot of mental energy and agility and a high level of adaptability as well. So if you're not taking the moment to ground yourself as we're going back and forth for being scattered all over the place, please do so. That's going to be very important moving on, because as we scatter our energy on all these exciting things coming our way, on new projects, on new career opportunities and business opportunities. We need to make sure we keep that practical approach so we don't get lost, we don't miss the details, and we don't cause more chaos around us. May is that fifth month, the month of change, the month of active movement. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of things starting to shift during this month. But the changes that are coming in and that are starting to come in should not actually surprise you, because we've been following a pattern since about late October to the November area. So you've been getting signs leading up to this month. So between this current period of time since November, we've been in this passive emotional state where a lot of things are changing and falling apart. There's been a lot of upsets with your relationships. A lot of business opportunities have fallen through, or housing opportunities have fallen through. So, a lot of things within the past few months have not gone very well for a lot of people. It's just been like one situation after the other, and it's been very, very difficult for a lot of people to continue to go forward optimistic and with that same enthusiasm as they had. So May is continuing on to this theme, but it's really about now taking the active steps in order to start realizing your goals, because November and these past January and February was really all about allowing what was not for your highest and greatest good to kind of fall apart and to show you where your weaknesses have been. So if you did have relationships over the past few months that have just been kind of thrown away or disregarded, or a career opportunity that didn't quite work out as you expected, just know that that was because there was weaknesses within that foundation. And if you would have continued on that path throughout the rest of 2023, is it absolutely would not turn out well. It would be cause quite a bit of chaos, which we don't need. So as we come into the month of May, though, these are when those final pieces that we have been following the past few months are just gonna finally end. So you have the decision, are you ready to stop the patterns that you've been seeing and say, no, we're gonna choose something differently this time, or are you gonna allow that cycle to begin another year? So as we move into more of these active energies of May, so we're coming into that fire energy of spring and summer and that air of movement. Just know that the changes that you have been wanting in relationships, home, business, career, they're going to start to solidify during this month. But it's very important to be clear on what you want, about what are your goals, what do you exactly want for the projects you have been working on, because if you do not understand or are clear on that final goal, then you're gonna have a more difficulty in the next coming months when things start to actually build upon itself. We don't want another tower moment where we thought we had something built and everything comes crashing down again because we had weaknesses that we weren't looking at. So take all of the experiences over the past few months and really decide, what is it that I want? What can I learn from these situations? And how can I move forward? And so if you are on a stage where you have projects or you're not exactly sure where you're going forward at this moment, it's okay. So about May 19th, to really think about what's important to you. Because as we move into that second part of May to the May 20th, as soon as we hit that date, that's when we're moving out of that scattered mental energy into more of that stable energy, which is going to start being built. So if you do not have your inspirations clear by then it's really about, yes, you need to take stock while you still have it. So in the few months down the road, we don't repeat the same pattern again, but when it comes back to November. So really take this time between now and May 19th to really decide what it is that you want with your career opportunities, with your home, your business, and your relationships. So, throughout this month, you're going to be more likely to be focused on the physical and material aspects of your life rather than your emotional and mental and emotional aspects of your life. Because there's just going to be so many things that are trying to capture and demand your attention. You're going to have a project over on this section. You're going to need to go over there. You're going to have all these little things that day to day that you're going to have to take care of, and your mind is going to be very scattered. Again, if you don't take the time to ground and breathe and do daily meditation exercises, you're going to be more likely to have that mental stress and anxiety picking up during this month. So, it's very important for you, anybody who is starting to feel that nervousness energy, or whether if it's not within you, but in your environment as well, to take a few minutes, whether it's just 2 to 3 minutes a day, just to do deep breathing exercises or to take a walk, do some type of meditation or yoga, whatever works for you. But just to check in with your physical body, your emotional body, and your spiritual body. And because of the past few months have been very high in emotions, it's okay that we take this month to actually just breathe it out and just focus on these day-to-day activities, which is this is fine. This is completely fine. We just want to make sure that we are not neglecting those other aspects of ourselves, because the habits we are building in through this month, particularly around our physical health, is going to carry on, and we're going to see them come back up later on in the year. So if you're thirsty, make sure you're drinking water. If you get tired, give some time to rest. If you don't do these things now, you're going to be suffering from burnout and a whole bunch of issues that could have been avoided throughout throughout the year. So especially in the September October period, that's going to be a pretty difficult period for some people from suffering from burnout. So make sure you're taking care of yourself now so that doesn't happen in the future. All of this energy, especially within the first half of May, being focused on the external world, the material and the physical aspects of the world, it's likely that you're actually going to be starting to neglect some of the people around you. So your relationships are not taking priority at this time. And even if you try to shift your energy and focus towards a relationship or spending one on one quality time with your loved ones, your energy is going to be focused inward. And so even if you are trying to have that emotional connection with a lot of people, with your best friend or your family, there it can still lead to a lot of misunderstanding, because it's like a lot of us, because of all this logical and mental energy, we have our blinders on. We can only see what's right in front of us. So we're not quite seeing the entire picture, and that can create disharmony with, especially within a home. So, any type of serious discussions or emotional type situations that you have to deal with this month, please wait if you can until after May 22nd. It's because after we go to May 22nd, the harmony between the relationships are going to flow again, and that communication is going to be back on track after Mercury comes back and goes direct by May 14th. But until then, there's just going to be a lot of room for miscommunication. So try if you start to get anxious or if you start to get irritated and frustrated, that is a sign that you need to step away and take a few deep breaths for yourself and possibly use that distance time to actually truly focus on yourself and getting your goals done. And it is also very likely that a family member or a friend is actually gonna could become upset with you at some point during this month. It's gonna actually have to do with not either being able to spend more time with them because you're so busy, or maybe you said something and it was misinterpreted by the other person. Anybody who has been born on an odd numbered month, so January, March, May, and so on, you are gonna feel this energy a bit more because you are doubling that energy of being having that logical energy of the air and the May and that energy of change from the number 5, and it's doubling for you. So any type of emotional conversations before the 22nd is not gonna be going well. It's gonna be very difficult, and neither parties are gonna be able to get their point across, and their perspectives are not gonna be understood. And those who have been born on an even numbered month, you're likely to start mirroring others' frustrations, which can even escalate situations. So if somebody around you is starting to get irritated or frustrated, or they're starting to become more scattered, you're going to be mirroring that right back to them. So you've really got to understand where everyone else is around you too, because you're just going to be reflecting that off of each other. So again, this the first half of the month is just not going to be a great month for very deep conversations. So instead of escalating the situations, if this does come up for you, allow yourself some distance for clarity. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in the frustration or in that logic because your mind is so set on you want solutions, you want answers this month. You're not in that emotional state. Find yourself in a situation that is surrounded by emotion during the first half of the month. Instead of escalating the situation, try to distance yourself for some time for clarity. If another person brings up an issue to you, whether it's something that you may have done or did that they took personal offense to, listen to them. Even if you can't properly respond at that moment, you need to listen to them because we are repeating patterns once again from November. So if somebody's coming towards you, it's probably because they do not see it as a one-time occurrence. They probably have been struggling with these feelings for a number of months now, and they have just now say, "Hey, this is May. This is the month of change. I need to change things in my life. So I need to finally express these emotions, even though it's not a great month for communication." That is gonna likely to happen for very many people. Um, so if you do find yourself in that position, in either position, whether you're a person needing to express yourself because actions another person took towards you, or you're the one receiving that information, it is very important to listen. Do not ignore the concerns because if you do, would have a potential to really damage the relationship if that is a relationship that you want to keep. So if you are in that situation, I recommend listening to the person, allowing those words to be said, then asking for some time so you can have that clarity, so you can get actually think about it so you're not responding and mirroring back emotions, especially for the people who are born in even months. And because this month is going to be so largely focused on the self, even if you are working towards a group goal, whether it's at work or in business or any type of thing, you're still going to be focused on your own world, and so is everyone else. So when you are reacting with anybody else, um, allow yourself to take a step back and see what's going on. If it is only for a moment. If you are upset with somebody, they probably don't even know. If someone is upset with you probably don't even know. And so again, as you can see, there's this lot of mind scattered energy this month and a lot of miscommunications. So if you find yourself getting caught up to this, ask for your distance, take that time for yourself, listen to your body, listen to your emotional state so you don't escalate the situation. We're in this challenging period of the collective not really being able to effectively connect emotionally with one another. There are other things that you can do to kind of help ease the tension that may be starting to build within your household or within your friend group or your workplace. And so, some of the few things to do is actually use that energy, that active energy of May, for acts of service or gifts and use that as your love language. So you could surprise your child with one of their favorite treats, or you can send an appreciation text to your friend. And those little things are going to go a long way this month. Because you're not going to be able to really sit down and have those heart to heart conversations, but just spending a few minutes just showing your appreciation is going to help ease that tension and help bring some of the harmony back in while everyone is kind of scattered. Jupiter is actually coming into Taurus and on May 16th, and that is actually going to be a great day to help ease some mental stress and anxiety that many are starting to experience. So try to mark that off of your calendar if you can for a nice self-care day or just a day of relaxation where you just kind of calm down a little bit. And during this month, as a collective energy, we are going to be more prone to the lack of joy. We're not going to be very humorous, and we're going to be more prone to the lack of inspiration. That's not to say we're not going to have great ideals or anything. We're just going to um lack a little bit more as a collective. So many of people can become overly sensitive or excessively worried. And there's a higher chance of people being suspicious or doubtful of others. So that group dynamics is again, we're seeing that tension. It's also a month that could cause a lot of financial loss and debt if you're taking risk. So be aware of that if you're in any type of investments, that the risk is higher during this month. And for those of you who have a life path number of 5, whether it's your life path number, your destiny number, or name number, you should particularly be careful about this month because all of this energy is doubled for you. So these are the numbers who are going to be even more stressed out, more scattered. So be very careful and take a little bit extra time for yourself at any moment that you get. But out of all of that stuff, on the bright side, as the sun moves into Gemini, I believe on May 21st, that opens up a very strong period for undertaking new projects and finishing up on projects. It's also a great time for those of you who are looking for buying or selling a home. So we're getting a lot that action energy again coming up with May, and we're allowing steps to be taken to manifest good. And so if you're selling a home, particularly within this month, you're going to get your best price, either selling it now up until July. But as time continues after the July period, it's likely that the value of the investments are going to start to diminish or your ideal offer doesn't come through. So if you are looking to put your house on the market or you're selling or buying, now is a great time to do it while we have this energy flowing. So important days coming up this month, we have May 6th, 15th, and 24th. Yes, the 24th. And these are all going to be good days for advancements into your goals. So if whether or not it's planning something or putting a plan into action, you're going to be able to move forward without any major issues. So those are incredible days to get a lot of work done. On the opposite side of that, we have May 20th, which has a potential to be a very unlucky day for a lot of people. So I caution you not to move forward on any critical decisions on this day, and because any movement here is going to be met with a lot of opposition, obstacles at every single corner. That's not to say success isn't impossible. It's just that you're going to have to work 3 to 4 or 5 times harder to get the results that you want than you would need another day. So this is a day just possibly more of a day of introspection if you can take it. And so another day coming up, May 16th, when it is expected to be a particularly lucky day. So, those of you who practice any type of meditation, journeying, guided journeys, visualization practices, this is a fantastic day to actually focus on that because you could have a lot of insights and a lot of good information come in that could inspire you, that could give you the answers you have been looking for. So, it is a very good day to connect to your spirituality. So, because we are all focused on that external world this month, right? This is a day to really spend to reconnect with your spiritual aspects if that's what you're being called to. I'm just going to pull some cards as well to see if we have any other messages outside of numerology, but from sorts themselves. Let's see. Messages for the collective. So let's see if we have some good news coming up. Yes, I love this. So we start out with the number 57. And so we have the time master here, and I maybe I can show these cards. Yeah, I can show these cards. And this card is all about how I interpret it, I should say. Um, Having the right people, the right places, and the right opportunities at the right time. This is all about divine timing and knowing that all of the different situations that you've been going through the last few months have been leading up to this month of change, of transitions. And a lot of people are ready to take that deep breath because it's been so difficult. It's been one thing after the other, one challenge after the other. And this entire year has been pretty difficult. And there's going to be a few more months where it's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're getting through that. But this card is saying that divine timing is here. So you're learning exactly what you need to learn in order to have your goals and desires met. You're finding the right people, you're connecting with the right people, and you are coming together to be a more authentic version of yourself. Because again, it's been very difficult last few months. And it was all about taking away the life's comforts to make you face kind of the harsh truths and to really understand where you are at a person and where are you on your soul's evolution. But just know that that is a beautiful thing to come together because there is a period of collaboration coming. So we have this number 8 card, we have the circle, infinity. Um, So we have that 57, which will end up coming down, break down to a 12, then it breaks down to a 3. 3 is all about collaborations and teamwork. And then we come into 8, the number of affinity with the circle. For those of you who have been looking for a tribe, and I love how this is coming up for this particular video for One Community Now, because this is a card about finding your people. A lot of you have been looking for people to connect with. You've been yearning for people to understand, to share your stories with, because everybody has a story that they want to share that wants to be heard as well. And you're gonna find those people. This is a beautiful month for to reconnect with old friends and to allow, even though we're not going to be very emotional during this month, is to um allow opportunities for new people to come in as well. This is a very auspicious number. Number 8 would come to affinity. So um we're going to be working with a lot of people this month, even though there's a lot of opportunity for misinterpretations. Just know that yes, we are going to get through it. and it's gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. And then we finally come out with this 24 card 24 Heart of the Sky. And so this is all about purpose. So what do you decide what your purpose is in life? I know there's this philosophy of fate and destiny, but this card is saying that while all of these things may be true, while you may have a purpose coming into the earth, while you may have a destiny that you want to fulfill, at the end of the day, you do have a choice and you have free will. And the beings that are and the friends that you keep close to you and the beings that are watching over you, no matter what religion that you watch over, whether what religion or not religion you focus on, for your highest and greatest good, your free will decisions are always going to be respected. And so that comes down to a number 6, and that comes down to a number of completion. So we really are coming into this beautiful midpoint, even though we have 12 months. May is coming into that midpoint as we go into midsummer of this year of transformational change. 2023 comes down into the number of 7, which is all about spiritual transition. So a lot of people are experiencing growth, change, and it has been difficult. It has been hard, but it's also really exciting because so many of us are coming into our true authenticity, if I can speak, and we are coming into the truest versions of ourselves. And having all these cards are saying together, they're saying divine timing is working in your favor, which is fantastic. And you're going to find the people who are going to encourage you to be the best version of yourself, despite what anyone else, all the naysayers believe, because you have that love of source, of spirit, whatever you want to see it as. You have the love of the earth and the ones closest to you. They're cheering you on. So know that we are all in this together with this Earth Keeper card. We're all experiencing something different, but ultimately we are all experiencing a life as a human. That's challenging. It comes with a lot of obstacles. But when we live in our authenticity, when we give ourselves the permission to bring back our personal power, we can do things that we've never thought of. We can achieve things that seemed impossible. So there's a lot going on in this month, but it's starting to become a month of movement. Allowing yourself to take all those little nuggets of wisdom that you have collected over the last few months and over your entire lifetime and say, hey, I learned this. I'm ready to make a change and I'm ready to try something different. It doesn't have to be all at once, right? Because we take steps. We don't leap, we take steps. Some of us leap. If that's what you need to do, you leap. But those little steps each day. What can I do in this current moment of time to be the authentic self, to live in my authenticity? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Am I willing to put the effort in for the things that I desire? Am I willing to be happy? And that is a very hard question to answer. Are you willing to be happy? A lot of us is going to say, yeah, well, we don't want to be sad. We don't want to be happy. But are you willing to work for it? To sustain happiness? To work on relationships that bring joy to your life? But throughout all of this month, know that there is guidance for you everywhere that you look. It may be something simple. You may see feathers fly or birds fly out in front of you. You may see pennies or numerology. Repeating numbers is a huge thing that the universe like to throw at us. Or it could be a very good conversation with a friend after after May 22nd, where you finally get that realization and inspiration of like, yes, this is what I want to do. This is a path I'm going to take. and I am willing to put in that work. So just know that throughout all of this information, it was a lot. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Again, you have free will. I'm just using numerology. This is for the collective, this is general. And so everybody has their own life path number, their own destiny number, name number, and there are going to be slight nuances to how these numbers actually work throughout the month. But the collective energies, it's going to be scattered, it's going to be nervous, but there's so much positive movement forward that's it's going to be a great month if you allow it to be. We just got a few hiccups to get through. And wherever you are going, I hope it's the best for you. I hope